afternoon, everyone. So, how many of you are aware of Qualcomm? Good to know. How many of you are using the Qualcomm based device? Good to know. If you're using a mobile, yeah, most of the smartphones, you may be using Qualcomm technology in one or other way. A quick poll when you say Qualcomm, it stands for quality communication. So, what technologies Qualcomm built based on what you know? Processors, connectivity, modems, networking. Yeah. Yeah, neural processing units for AI acceleration. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, Qualcomm for decades, we almost completed 40 years recently. So we were initially started as a quality communications company with signal processing, and then we built unparalleled connectivity where you can have the modem, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and the latest and greatest like 5G, 6G, all the Wi-Fi latest standards. So the leader in connectivity. Then we built a lot of high performance and low power computing, the central processing units, the GPUs, and most of your mobiles has those technologies, and you'll be using day in day out. Yeah, the other leading one, last 1-2 decades, which we are investing is the leading edge intelligence, the neural processing unit or the DSP, which accelerates the AI workloads. And along with this, we built a lot of multimedia technologies. Which includes your camera. If you take the photography, the latest camera features, then we have a video encoding, decodings, which will compress and store. So along with the audio, sound technologies. So Qualcomm is leader in all these technologies, which will make end-to-end to build all your applications. And Qualcomm, with these technologies, we built a lot of products, especially which goes into mobiles. Then we have the recently last year launched the Snapdragon XL8 PCs. The Copilot Plus PCs is the one which is powered by the Snapdragon with 45 plus tops. Then we are into XR. If you have seen the Meta Quest glasses that uses the Qualcomm technologies inside, and then you have more and more versions coming. And then automotive is another business unit. Also, we tied up with Ubuntu to make this platform scale to more and more developers. And then we are offering the single board computers. I'll go touch upon them, how we are taking these technologies and where you can build multiple applications to different markets, which we put here. The smart homes, the retail, logistics, anything you wanted to automate with edge intelligence, from running a vision models to language models also on the device. That's what will help you to, when you go through this, you'll understand the hardware platforms, software platforms available, which you can use along with Ubuntu, where you can build your own applications for these markets. Yeah. So last few years, we started more, earlier we were more B2B. The OEMs were taking Qualcomm chipsets and making products. And then over the few years, we wanted to spread these technologies to make more and more innovations. So that's where we are driving the developer-centric things and accelerating it in a high pace. So that's where now developer-centric things and the Ubuntu is coming in. So we started actively adopting the open source standards. We started contributing and reusing it, and also adhering to the open source development standards, APIs, the processes, and the design rules, so that people can use it and port many applications from competition platforms to our platform, or build and reuse across the platforms or the devices of the markets. And then recently we released a good documentation which covers very easy to use. Earlier sessions, people were talking about the design guidelines. So we made it more open, all the documentation, and easy to use, so that developers can quickly ramp up on our products. And time to market will come down significantly from proof of concept to developing to deploying. All that can be done very quickly with the latest documentation. And also we provide a lot of sample applications. We have about 50 plus applications across multimedia, AI related ones, where we share all the source code. And once you get the kit, you can run it, experience the kit in a few hours using the sample apps, and then use those as a base. And then you can build applications over that for your custom applications. So I'll just walk through at the end of the talk some of the pages. and also cover the hardware boards which are available. So you can try some of these things. And we have a booth set up here, which has a single board computer with up to 100 tops, 12 tops, 100 tops. You can go. I encourage all of you go try it out. And we are running a 4-channel AI inferencing also. You can go see that. Yeah. How many of you use the Arduino? Yeah, that's a good. So Arduino has globally about 30 million developers using it. So Qualcomm and Arduino are working together, and Arduino joined the Qualcomm recently. And this helps to bring the use of the Arduino with the latest technologies which Qualcomm offers. So with that, the Qualcomm technologies will become more reachable to all the developers, and you can build more and more applications for the different problems to solve it. So the Arduino Uno Q is based on the Qualcomm chipset QRB2. So this is the Arduino kit. It's like a credit card sized, and this is a kit. So you can buy it for $49 and use it. It has a GPU accelerated AI in this thing. So it's available for sale even in India also, and you can order, and it can directly connect to your laptop with a single USB cable. And they are planning to add in more features to make it as a single board computer where you can connect a keyboard, mouse, and then to display, use it as a single board computer as well and build applications. And we have more products with Arduino coming in. More products in pipeline. And currently, the current one is based on all open source Linux and the Debian-based one with Arduino App Lab-based tool chain, which is easy to use. And then we are planning to bring in the Ubuntu and the other later versions of the boards. So more and more boards are in pipeline, and you can build more applications with that with the use of Arduino. Also, we tied up with Canonical early last year, and then we started working, and then this year is more happening here. So in April 2404, Ubuntu is released on Qualcomm platforms, and I'll go through some of the links where you can download these images. So the kit's available. And then more and more chipsets are in the plan. We'll also walk through a quick roadmap and show you that page. Yeah, if you type Qualcomm Ubuntu, you'll get into all these pages and see the different images which you can download and do, both the server, desktop, as well as the other images which are available from Canonical. Okay. So this is these are the different kits, reference evaluation kits which Qualcomm built it. And where Ubuntu currently available images from ubuntu.com, you can download and flash into these devices and start it as use it as a single board computer. And we have a good documentation which covers the SDKs we have, the software development kits we have, which will make easy to program, and also good documentation for AI development. So there are 4 kits here covering the different chipset products. So typically the IQ series of processors are what we are. So you can remember IQ for industry quality. Yesterday, some of our colleagues were covering the temperature range it supports, where you can use it. Yeah, our intelligent Qualcomm chipsets you can consider and use these IQ chipsets. So we have a IQ 6 based 2 platforms, and then we have a IQ9 based, which will go up to 100 tera operations per second, which can run some of the GenAI models on device. And then we have a IQX series, which is similar to the Snapdragon XL8 based chipsets, where you can run Ubuntu off the shelf into these devices. So we can do all the okay. Yeah. So how many of you are working on AI development on Ubuntu? Good. Yeah. So the goal for us is to make AI development more and more easy and adopted by the developers and build applications. So typically when you build AI models, there are a lot of open source models available for vision, languages, and other things you can take from Hugging Face or other open source repositories and start building for your application. Then many times in industrial scenarios and other things, you need to retrain the data, retrain with your own data or the data captured from the real field. So Qualcomm provides a tooling for end-to-end from model retraining to enhance to suit your applications. So this is where we acquired a company called Edge Impulse that provides the way to take the real-time data or synthetic data. It can take the real-time or synthetic data, and then you can take models from Qualcomm AI research provided, or Edge Impulse has some models or open source models, and retrain with your own data using this. Yesterday, Ravi demonstrated this how you can capture from a real device and give this data and get it trained. And once you have this trained, also once you retrain the model, you can deploy into different devices. So Qualcomm also partnered with multiple partners to give system on module so that your hardware development will become easy and you can deploy across. And then we have foundries.io, which will help to manage the upgrades and other things along with what you get from Ubuntu. Also, if you want to just try it out and feel very quickly some prototype projects, we have Arduino AI App Lab, which has a pre-optimized models and the workflows underlying, and you can just build your application very quickly and do it. So as you know, we have a three accelerators for AI workloads: the CPU, the central processing unit, the graphical GPU, and then we have a neural processing engine. And you can distribute the AI workload across all these things. And we provide a nice stack across different layers libraries, which will get accelerated based on the type of the load. You can assign it to the respective hardware, and you can do get advantage of the full heterogeneous compute which we have to run different loads and provide a broad spectrum of the models, operators, and other things to run them on the three hardware accelerators. Or if you want to run your standard applications on the CPU, GPU, and still wanted to offload all the thing to NPU, so that's again possible, and then you can use those GPU for UI rendering and other processing, or you can even optimize some of the post processing of your models also onto these accelerators, which will help you to do. So this is the software stack of the Ubuntu models, Ubuntu images which we delivered. So the Qualcomm provides the SoC and then the bootloader and the firmware. And above that, most of the libraries and the drivers are used from the standard Ubuntu along with all other packages. And few drivers, wherever you see the blue, they are maintained by the Qualcomm as a PPAs, and then it can be installed along with that Ubuntu. So Canonical will come in all these things and gives you one fully optimized Ubuntu image, which you can take it and run on your targets. And over that, we provide some SDKs, which are the software development kits. I'll go a little bit into that and give the high-level overview, which are GStreamer based and help you to accelerate your application even with the middle layer, and then you can directly focus on your application and then get a quick to market. So these are the two software development kits we provide. One we call Qualcomm Intelligent Multimedia SDK, which has the AI stack SDKs. Then we have the standard GStreamer. GStreamer is there for a couple of decades as a multimedia framework. So we use those standard plugins and then accelerated underlying with the Qualcomm hardware and the drivers. Then we provide, like I said, 50 plus sample apps, which you can take it as a reference and do it, and then build your own custom applications. So all these are documented very well. Then for robotic applications on the same process, we have the same GStreamer and RAS2 framework, and the robotic sample applications are available. So this is another kit we partnered with Thundercom, and it's available about $100. Some of you could have seen this. So this is the a kit which is a Rubik Pi. So all most of the Raspberry Pi or the standard peripherals will work on this thing. Yeah, this comes in this form factor or package. So this hosts the Qualcomm 6490 chipsets, and you can see this kit there, and then it has a direct HDMI port, and it supports multiple peripherals, and you can connect the keyboard, mouse, and other things on the ports, USB ports, which are available. And also, this comes with all the AML tools, sample apps, and the Visual Studio code to run the sample apps and experience it. Yeah, that's the key overview of how we are enabling the developers with the Ubuntu images and Qualcomm IoT platforms, and what hardware and software features we offer so that we can market quickly using the Ubuntu and the Qualcomm together. Yeah, with that, if you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer. Yeah, we'll be around at the booth if you have any questions, or if you want to have a deep dive discussion, understand more, or how we can use into your product or project, or how we can collaborate or contribute to the developer ecosystem of Qualcomm. Yeah, feel free to visit us, and then we'll be happy to help you, assist you with this. Yeah, thank you.